Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to discuss about Pakistan's early governments in first decade. This was the time zone when Pakistan was in too much political and constitutional instability. Quaid-e-Azam died at a very early time, just in a year. Pakistan was in so much difficulty. There was no constitution. Governors were coming and going, and Governor General had the largest authority. And many of the Governor Generals who came after Quaid-e-Azam started misusing their authority, started dismissing many prime ministers. So there were a number of prime ministers, there were a number of governor generals who were changing again and again. And it was a great difficult time with economy and coming refugees and food shortage. We are going to discuss about all these, first of all, constitutional matters and economic matters of Pakistan in the first decade. So before we are going to move ahead with the rest of the slides, subscribe the channel and share it with your friends. Watch the video fully that you may be able to understand all the facts in a proper manner. So this is the picture of Quaid-e-Azam in his last years, and when he died, he was buried in this place in Karachi. And these are some of those leaders who worked for Pakistan movement. Some of those leaders stayed even after the establishment of Pakistan, and these were the early stems in the for the respect of those people who were there at that time. For example, this is Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, Allama Iqbal, Quaid-e-Azam, Miswat Majna. So in this manner, their names are written here on for these leaders also who were there. So there were a lot of people who participated in Pakistan movement, but at the time of establishment of Pakistan or before the time of establishment of Pakistan, those people died. And afterwards, there were people who were even either participating with Quaid-e-Azam in the political struggle, or those who were there in the governments, they later on participated and worked as the administrative body of Pakistan. So this is the introduction of the first decade. You can see it is starting from 1947. It is going up to 1958. So this makes the first decade of Pakistan's administrative list. So let's see the timeline, who stayed for how long. 1947 to 48, 1 year. Quaid-e-Azam started from August 1947. He stayed there till September 1948. It was almost one year, 1 month. So Quaid-e-Azam worked as Governor General of Pakistan. At that time, keep in mind, Governor General had the largest authority to rule the country, like Viceroy. This rule was coming from the subcontinent, which was previously joint India, and it continued after the establishment of Pakistan, because there was no new and proper constitution of the country. So we were following the previous constitution, Government of India Act 1935, with some amendments as interim government. Interim constitution, interim means temporary constitution of the country. And there was a try by all these rulers to make a new and permanent constitution of Pakistan, which was though very difficult, but later on to some extent it was done. We are going to see what was done in first 10 years regarding the constitution making and regarding the political and economic uplift of the country. Along with Quaid-e-Azam, Liaquat Ali Khan was working as Prime Minister. PM is for Prime Minister, GG for Governor General. Then after the death of Quaid-e-Azam, Khwaja Nazmuddin became the Governor General. He stayed there in the government from 1948 till 1955. In the beginning, he was working with Liaquat Ali Khan as Governor General, but later on he himself became Prime Minister. But along with him, with Khwaja Nazmuddin, in the beginning 2 years, first Liaquat Ali Khan stayed with him from 1948 to 1951. In 1951, Liaquat Ali Khan was murdered, and then after him, Muhammad Ali Bogra worked with him as Prime Minister. Afterwards, Khwaja Nazmuddin himself accepted the seat of Prime Minister, and Malik Ghulam Muhammad was given, after the death of Liaquat Ali Khan, Malik Ghulam Muhammad 1951, given the seat of Governor General. So Liaquat Ali Khan was alive. Khwaja Nazmuddin was working as Governor General for some time. Muhammad Ali Bogra entered in the government. He worked as Prime Minister, and afterwards Malik Ghulam Muhammad entered, and he took up the seat of Governor General by the will of Khwaja Nazmuddin, and Khwaja Nazmuddin himself became the Prime Minister. Governor General had the vast authority. So after becoming Governor General, Ghulam Muhammad dismissed Khwaja Nazmuddin and appointed a new Prime Minister, who was Chaudhry Muhammad Ali. Then afterwards, after some months, he dismissed Chaudhry Muhammad Ali and appointed Hussain Shaheed Sohrawardy. So in this manner, Malik Ghulam Muhammad, we are going to see the details of Malik Ghulam Muhammad in the upcoming slides. He kept changing the prime ministers, and the purpose was that he was all the time pretending that he wanted a new constitution for the country. But whenever these prime ministers were up to the verge of the making of the constitution, he was dismissing them because he wanted no constitution. No constitution means that he could stay in the government for a long period of time. In 1955 to 58, then Skandar Mirza, he was the army general. General Skandar Mirza came in the government because when Malik Ghulam Muhammad left, he handed over the government to General Skandar Mirza. Malik Ghulam Muhammad died because of illness, so it was a sudden problem of his health. So he handed over the government to Army General General Skandar Mirza, who became Governor General in the beginning, and later on he introduced a constitution and became the president of the country. Along with General Skandar Mirza as Governor General, there were different prime ministers who worked. First one was I. Chandrakar and Ibrahim Ismail Chandrakar, and the other one was Feroz Khan Noon. Now let's move ahead and see individually what they did. Liaquat Ali Khan, when he was the prime minister, his first and foremost effort was to make a constitution, proper constitution for the country. For this purpose, he developed an objective resolution. Objective resolution is a resolution in which it was decided on which lines the next constitution or future constitution of the country is going to be formed. It was presented in 1948. Objective resolution since 1948 is still the part of constitution. It remained the part of all the constitutions of all times. There were different constitutions in Pakistan introduced. So objective resolution was the main frame according to those rules where constitution was prepared. For example, Islam was the main religion. Head of the states would always be Muslims, like president and prime minister must be Muslim. Then human rights would always be taken care. Minorities and non-Muslims will also be taken care. There would be religious liberty, and all those areas, excuse me, which were not developed were going to be developed with the help of government policies and plans. So in this manner, country uniformly was going to be, it was planned that country will be uniformly developed and all the citizens of the country will be given equal rights. There was some criticism by ulama on Liaquat Ali Khan, and ulama wanted that more Islamic laws must be there. So they declared it insufficiently Islamic, and they were constantly demanding that there must be more Islamic rules and laws, and more clarity of Islamic rules and laws must be introduced. And definitely governments were working for that. Economy-wise, Pakistan was in too much burden because India has not given Pakistan's share of economy, share of monetary resources. So in this manner, Pakistan had to utilize those resources which were there in the country. Many donations, many people participated, and bank was established. Many people donated generously for the treasury of the country, and in this manner, the working started. In the beginning, water resources were also stopped. So Pakistan was facing the food shortage also because the growth by the lands was not enough because of the lack of water resources. So budget was constantly overburdened because we had to import food items also from the other countries. Then Liaquat Ali Khan died because there was a murder attempt on him in 1951. Along with Liaquat Ali Khan in the beginning, as Governor General, Khwaja Nazimuddin was working. He's Khwaja Nazimuddin. He was the second Governor General after Quaid-e-Azam. And Liaquat Ali Khan was working as Prime Minister along with him. Objective resolution was presented with the decision and all discussions by both of these leaders. And these were the right and left hands of Quaid-e-Azam, and they were properly trained by Quaid-e-Azam. And he was a very nice person. Mostly East Pakistanis liked him a lot. He himself was an East Pakistani, a very soft-hearted person. And he wanted all the citizens of the country to be treated equally. He was all the time working for the welfare of the public. So he designed objective resolution, and he was working for the making of the constitution very effectively. He was working at international forums also for the release of water in our rivers, and United Nations was getting constantly letters from Khwaja Nazimuddin that there must be flow of water, normal water in our rivers. India must not stop the water, and United Nations was sending the notices. Later on in 1960, a canal water dispute was also resolved with the help of United Nations, and they gave a canal irrigation system to Pakistan. So these efforts were started by Quaid-e-Azam, continued by Liaquat Ali Khan and Khwaja Nazimuddin. So in these manners, these people were working. And but the mostly criticism was from the religious leaders who were saying that more religious laws, definitely constitution making was in process, and if such voices were there, it was the responsibility of the lawmakers to keep in mind that there is nothing against Islam, or there is nothing which is contradictory to Islam. So to some parts of the constitution were drafted, but it was not up to that satisfaction level up to that time. During his time, food shortage was a lot, and he was definitely working for better budget. So he was working for the collection of donations also, and working for such policies which could boost Pakistan's economy. To some extent, those policies were useful. But he was also working for the educational setup, also to start in the country. With Khwaja Nazmuddin, Malik Ghulam Muhammad was working later on as Governor General, and Khwaja Nazmuddin, when Malik Ghulam Muhammad started working as Governor General in late 1950s, 51s. So at that time, Khwaja Nazmuddin was working as Prime Minister, but later on, Malik Ghulam Muhammad dismissed Khwaja Nazmuddin. He was the third Governor General, and he gave 6 years plan. 6 years plan was to develop agricultural system, power industry, and transport system in Pakistan. It was such a successful 6 years plan that it was taken up by Korea also. Korea is constantly following the same 6 years plan, and Korea, we can see the development in Korea. While Pakistan kept changing its plans up later on, and different governments kept changing and bringing different plans and implementing those with instability. But this 6 year plan was so effective and successful, and it was there in the beginning. And in this manner, some important economic development was also seen in those days. But the severe food shortage was a problem at that time, and along with that, drought, because the water was stopped by India in the rivers. So public was not satisfied because of the food shortage. Rioting was there. Rioting means public was out on the roads, and they were constantly asking for that food must be supplied to them, and there were problems at that time. But along with that, the problem was that in the institutions, nobody was very clear about that who was more effective and who was what was the institutional hierarchy, means who was on the upper seat and who was in the lower seat, because constitution was not present. Constitution is the book where everything is written, that who will work in which way and what are the limitations of each seat. So in this manner, during his time, little constitutional development was seen, and he was the one, to some extent, in some places, in some groups, it is said that he himself was showing, pretending that he wanted constitutional development, but he himself was hampering it, because the as long it could be delayed, that long he could stay in the government, because there would not be any elections. So in this manner, in the meanwhile, he fell ill, and he had to resign from his post because he could not continue working in pressure, and because of ill health, he died later on. And in his place, General Skandar Mirza came in the government. General Skandar Mirza stayed in the government for 5 years, and his focus was to prepare such a constitution which could satisfy East Pakistan and West Pakistan. Bangladesh, which is recently a separate country, that was the part of Pakistan. Bengal at that time, there were many laws when those were made, and there was the need of approval of those laws from East Pakistan and West Pakistan both. Especially, for example, it was the law related to language, that which language was going to be the language of Pakistan. So Bangladeshis were constantly demanding that the Bengali must be the language of national language of Pakistan. So later on, it was decided that Bengali and Urdu both were going to be the national languages of Pakistan. So in this manner, there were many different small and large issues on which sometimes there were clashes. One clash was that Bangladeshis thought that they were 55% of the total population, and they were having less seats by the ratio of their population in the lawmaking council. So in this manner, to resolve that problem, General Skandar Mirza introduced one unit policy. According to one unit policy, Bangladesh was one unit, was other unit, while West Pakistan became one unit, means all provinces were merged together and it was made one unit. So in this manner, there were total 2 units in the country for these 3 years, according to the new constitution, which was introduced by General Skandar Mirza. according to this was a presidential constitution. President had the most of the power in his hands, and in this manner he introduced such laws where East Pakistan was West Pakistan was one unit and East Pakistan was the other unit. Then afterwards, for some time, this constitution kept working for 2 years, but later on there were so many clashes and ulamas were out and Qadiani's problem that later on he had to declare martial law, and he became so popular by declaring martial law that he had to resign and give the government to General Ayub Khan in 1958. So these were the first 10 years. If we compare all these rulers, we can see that the most successful in all those worked hard and tried to bring country up to a better level. But the most successful is considered the one who prepared the first constitution of the country, that was General Skandar Mirza. And in this manner, Pakistan got its first book of law. So this is the end of the lesson. Subscribe the channel. You will be able to see all the videos related to this topic and history and geography related to Pakistan. So those many interesting videos are there which you will be able to see. Share it with your friends. Take care of yourself.